Hello and welcome back to Second Take Movies, the podcast where we give movies a second look, second chance, second take, if you will. I am your host, Preston Jenkinson, and joining me, as always, is my co-host, Jake Twido.
Oh, Preston. Preston.
I don't think you like this movie as much.
No, the mighty have fallen. That last one, I'm on board. This one,
Yeah, it's not as great.
no. But hey, you know what? Who cares? I'm good otherwise.
Mm. We'll get into it, but yeah, it's the Pacific Rim. I started to go on a tangent, and I was like, nope.
I caught it. I was about to know it. Gonna save it.
Yeah. This week is Pacific Rim Uprising. The story of said movie is Jake Pentecost, son of Stacker Pentecost, reunites with Mako Mori for 10 minutes to lead a new generation of Jaeger pilots, including rival Lambert and 15-year-old hacker Amara, against a new kaiju threat.
I'm gonna try and do this every movie from now on because I'm addicted to taglines for movies.
Okay.
Do you know what the tagline for this was?
No.
There's two: "Go big" or "Go extinct."
Oh, God.
Or "To fight monsters, we created monsters."
Go Big or Go Extinct. That was the name of a song on the last movie.
I thought it was. I was like, I swear I've seen that somewhere before, but
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh boy. Positive and negative reviews. The positive from IGN: Pacific Rim Uprising is a loyal, if unremarkable, successor to the giddy original.
Yeah.
Okay, if you
Sure.
if we're talking about like, yeah, it's got robots and aliens fighting, then yeah.
It's got 4 recurring characters. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. The negative from Dan Callahan at The Wrap: Pacific Rim Uprising has zero emotional pull. So he didn't like it.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. I like to go positive, but in this case, I'm going to go straight there.
Yeah.
This whole movie felt like a 2020 re-release of something done in the 90s.
Yeah, it felt like they were trying to turn Pacific Rim into a brand.
Yeah, I think there's supposed to be a third.
Well, there's an anime on Netflix.
Okay. I'll watch that. Talking about Mobile Suit Gundam, sweet. I started Unicorn earlier. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. This movie starts off with me on a bad foot because we went that entire last movie of Pentecost never mentioning he had a son.
Yeah.
Pentecost, who's American.
No, Pentecost
Was he? Is
British.
that my head? Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember, like, is it me seeing Idris Elba and sadly hearing, like, his acting? Okay, good.
Yeah. But also, like, they weren't really in... they weren't, like, official military, but, I mean, I guess at the beginning of the movie they were. So we're supposed to assume that Jake Pentecost had joined then. Because he says, like, a year later his dad died, and like felt like that whole thing, can't remember the dates, but like it felt like that
10 years after.
Yeah, that last mission that Charlie Hunnam had at the beginning of the last movie was like when they shut down everything.
Yeah. That
I mean, they were just trying to shoehorn in his character somehow.
Yeah, we gotta have some reason. Which, hey, you know what? They picked a pretty good role. I mean, he kind of played the part of.
And John Boyega is really good. Otherwise, like,
oh yeah, I think that's the only thing. The only thing this movie has for me is John Boyega's great.
mm,
He's great. You know, he's fun. He has a good time with it.
he's great
Cool.
in anything he does.
You know, Scott Eastwood, not terrible. I'm all right with it.
He's doing his job. Handsome white guy number 2.
After that, I got nothing. After that, there's no good acting. I think everything else kind of just. Yeah.
Well,
Go,
what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say yes. I mean, like they get Jake, the volunteer, like, oh, he's disgraced,
Yeah.
or he's he's a rebel now. He's selling Jaeger parts to the black market.
Yeah,
But
that
they have
was that whole
the dumb
sequence
part
was
of
dumb. Like he's living in like a demilitarized zone or one of these zones where they're not. I don't know. One of the
trading
foreign.
Grammys for Coca-Cola or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
okay.
trading stuff for cereal and Oreos and hot sauce. It's like, okay, do we not need to use money in this
No, hey,
place?
this is the kind of movie you're watching, Preston. We're edgy. We love sriracha. We'll do anything for it.
I
And
wonder
my
how much
notes,
it costs to
oh,
get
gotta pay a
chicken and
lot.
Oreos
Had to
in
pay a
there.
ton. My notes say strike one. Sriracha.
Because I
Put
mean,
Frank's on it.
I like this idea that he is like the savior of the world, like he's his son, and he can't really live up to that, you know,
Yeah.
and he doesn't
Yeah.
want to live up to that, and but like this whole backstory is kind of,
Stupid.
but I also do like the idea that people like because like wait we beat the kaiju supposedly, and there's all these like old busted Jaegers laying around that people try to make their own.
And that I thought that was going to be the movie. I thought it was going to be
Yeah,
like, and I was all for it. Just like, yeah, let's have these put together things and like have a war of
you've got to
humans.
have
Not,
you got to have a reason to have giant robots fighting. So
yeah,
you
yeah,
that
not
can't really
little
be the whole
weird
movie.
scrapper things that.
Or it could have been like a just a rogue like that. It could have been that the company could have been in this movie could have been the enemy and
Set it up for that. They flat
yeah,
out set it up for big
make
bad
China
companies
the
taking over the world.
make China the villain. And but anyway,
Yeah, you can't do that
no.
because. Wait a minute. Who are you sponsored by? You switched topics really fast talking about that. I smell
Oh!
dirt. I mean, visit China. Beautiful rice paddies,
Yeah.
beautiful land.
Mm, not
Um,
great government.
why? Yeah, so you get
I
he's
want some
going
of
to
that
go
2% money.
steal some parts from a Jaeger like scrapyard.
And see, that's the thing that confuses me because he says, "Okay, let's get rich," but it's like, okay, you've only traded in Oreos, cereal, and sriracha at this point,
Yeah,
so
it was a
there is
weird
money in this
transition.
universe.
Yeah, but he's apparently with some bandit crew, and he's
Yeah,
gonna screw him over. But he finds out that whatever he's looking for, I can't remember what the part
it's like
is
a
moving
cord or
away.
something.
Yeah, and there's someone else that's beat him to the scrap,
Yeah,
but he
and
can track it because he has this little gadget.
and it's a 15-year-old girl on a motorcycle.
I'm gonna go ahead and just tell you flat out, my biggest problem with this is children. This entire movie,
Well, I think that
just
girl, like at the time of
she's
this
all right.
movie, she's like 20 something, and at the time this movie came out.
Yeah, the actual characters in the movie. Sorry, not her
Yeah,
acting. Not
yeah.
that. Yeah, like, come on, this is stupid. just no. Leave the. Yeah, that's right. This podcast is against children. If
Yeah,
you've
we.
got kids,
Eh.
no. Yeah, so he tracks her down, and I can't remember. They have some interaction, but she's built her own Jaeger. It's a
She's
single
built
pilot. That's new. All of a
a
sudden, you
tiny,
can have single.
because it's so small.
But that wasn't like it wasn't a matter of height and size in the last movie.
Look, it's because it's small. Don't worry about it.
Hey, that that jack off that gave you the positive review, what a liar.
It
They
was
didn't
somebody at
continue
IG. It
crap.
was somebody at IGN. They didn't say who it was. So.
Scrub. Yeah. So they get in a scrap and they find out they've been tracked by the PPDC, the Pan Pacific Defense Corps.
Yeah. Also, they call the aliens. They call them precursors in this movie.
I was going to ask you what that meant.
Did they have that name in the last
No,
movie?
they were just kaiju.
Because in the opening narration, he goes precursors, and I was like, okay, didn't know we named them that. Good to know.
I think the precursors are the people that were making the kaiju.
Yeah, the ones that they're the
Right?
aliens that make the kaiju.
Okay, yeah. No, they were just aliens. No, they didn't have that crap.
This was like the first time they ever named them, and I was like, and they just went by it like, oh yeah, like that's like it was almost assumed like it was in the last movie or something, and I was like, oh okay, this is what we call them. All right.
Yeah, I was really confused, especially later in the movie. I was like, "What
Yeah.
are they talking about now?" Like, I know I've heard this a million times now, but
Right.
what?
So they get tracked down by another stripper named Robot. I couldn't remember the name of it,
Hmm.
but it's a famous one, of course. This
It's
girl knows her.
November Ajax.
November Ajax.
Yeah,
Well, not really a stripper name, but
yeah, November Ajax because in November, a Jack. If I'm not, I don't remember what I came up with last night watching this. I had some stupid thing, probably work related, but sorry.
probably. Uh, and they both get arrested, and then since he's a former ranger, is what they're calling him. They're just like creating terms for stuff in this universe that were not established in the last movie. So
I think that's when at this point is when I text you and said Del Toro is not involved in this
no,
at all.
I mean,
Like,
he's a producer, but I think in name
yeah,
only.
useless lore,
They had to
stupid. Like,
they had to
what?
name him producer because he came up with this whole idea.
Hmm.
And he probably got a little cash on the back end for it. But
Yeah, and I think he had a plan for a second movie,
yeah, but I think
and the
he was
kaiju weren't going to be a part of it.
I can't remember what movie he was working
It's
on.
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water is what he's working
Yeah,
on.
Shape of Water. Yeah, because that's good
Yeah,
choice. Is all I got to say.
we should have waited. Wait for because this came out what 2018.
Yeah, 18. Shape of Water was 17.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah. Should have waited for it. I mean,
just wait for Del Toro's schedule to free up, and because he was gonna do a sequel. I think he was gonna do this movie,
yeah,
but
and
they got Stephen S. DeKnight, the showrunner for Daredevil and several
yeah,
other TV shows. And
I
so,
love Daredevil. I don't love that guy as much after this movie.
well, that guy's responsible for a lot of the good in Daredevil. So
Which that's why I'm like, you know what, fantastic, and I can't wait. I'm pumped for the next one. It's gonna be a long wait.
he's not doing that one,
Oh, that's right. Well, they better do it good.
and it's not a continuation of the original series.
So they, sorry for
It's
the sidebar here, but
no, it's
is
fine.
it supposed to be a brand new
It's
start over?
it's the same characters, actors, but yeah, Feige said at D23 this past weekend, and it's like, yeah, this is like a soft reboot of
All right, that's
Daredevil.
fine. I mean, that's fine with me. I don't care.
That's why it's called Daredevil Born Again.
Oh, just put Ben Affleck in it. Dadgummit.
18 episodes.
I'm down with that. That's
Yeah.
shocking. And you know what? Do that. Get away
Mhm.
from these 10-episode, 8-episode runs, man.
Yeah. Oh,
So
and the day this episode comes out is Andor. So
wait, it comes out?
yeah, next Wednesday, which is when
Oh,
this
geez.
episode will release.
Sorry, I thought you said recording it. And I was about to say, like, dude, why are we doing this right now? I'm gonna go watch it. Yeah.
Well,
So hey, if you're listening to this, you better just
by
pause this.
by the time people are hearing this,
They should
Andor
have
will
watched the
be out.
first 3.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Okay, I'm looking forward, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
But now back to this thing.
Yeah. On the other hand, they're in jail, and the punishment for them is he's gonna go back into the military because his sister, who I keep thinking it's his mom.
Nope.
Yeah,
They're
his
siblings.
sister.
Mako.
Um,
Which I think in real life those actors are 10, 20 years apart.
yeah. I think it's yeah.
But
That's why I was like, his mom died
she
later.
looks just young enough to kind of.
Yeah, well, you know what they say, the PPDC ages you, man.
Mako, who was our sidekick from the last movie, she is now an elected official, I guess.
Yeah.
In charge some kind of way.
Yep.
And
And
she's the one that brought him back.
Charlie Hunnam's nowhere to be found. I mean, God, I guess he's too big
was
to do this.
He was working on something else at this time too, because he was going to come back, and I can't remember what it was.
I'm gonna keep on going. I'm gonna look it up. I'm curious.
Whatever came out around that time.
Probably King Arthur.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
No,
It's King Arthur.
That was 2016,
17.
17. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was probably the shooting schedules for I don't know how long it took cuz yeah, this was right after Last Jedi.
he did a Lost City of Z and
Okay.
then King
Yeah.
Arthur back to back, and that's what caused it to not
Yeah.
line up.
Okay. That
Yep.
makes sense. So, Charlie Hunnam couldn't come back, but he's not dead
Yeah, not dead, still somewhere.
because he's not on that holographic mural wall. He's just somewhere else. But Mako's still around, and she has brought back her brother to train these new cadets, and they've selected the little girl that he got arrested with. I can't remember her name. It's very weird. Mori something. It's
Oh
very
my
strange.
gosh.
It's very strange for her pale face.
Yes, it is.
I was like, okay. Somebody had to work to create that name, but
Yeah, they did some random name generators for this sucker.
I'm
Except
sure they did.
the China Shatter Dome. Where the PPDC come to the China Shatter Dome. We're fighting with monster cars. Bigfoot and Gravedigger showing up to drive up your butt.
Right in the Shatter Dome. So everybody's back together. Scott Eastwood and John Boyega have some beef. It's not really beef because they just become friends almost instantly again.
Yeah.
There's not really a conflict between the two.
Yeah. Can't believe you left. Now we're best friends.
We're best friends again. I need your help training these people, dude.
I got all these ice cream. It's up top, bro. Put
Look
some
how
sprinkles on it.
Look how handsome I am, bro. Like,
Well, kind
I
of
just
a
need
that's the stupidest running line of John Boyega and him
it's like,
both. I'm so handsome. Okay.
look at my face, man. All right,
I'm a stormtrooper. I'm here to save
Stormtrooper.
you.
Hey, Stormtrooper,
Got a
movie
zag.
star,
I'm a stormtrooper. One bar.
beautiful Hollywood hair I got here.
God,
All right,
anyone that's listening, that's across the pond, matey.
your top lit, your bottom lit need to meet together and come together and become friends. All right,
Oh,
that was the funniest line in this whole movie. That's about it. Your top lit, your bottom lit need to come together and meet and become friends.
I had hope. I had hope at that point, and then it quickly went away.
And-
but the conflicts introduced,
Yeah.
of everything's hunky dory. The girl's gonna go be a cadet. He's a ranger. Woo! And then Shao Corporation apparently has a drone program.
Yes, they want
And-
to make all the Jaegers in the world drones, and they are led by Charlie Day from the last movie.
Yeah, Charlie Day.
Well, he's
Charlie
their
Day.
research. He's their science guy, and
I mean, in the first 2 seconds, I went, "Oh, that guy's mind's been invaded."
really,
I don't know what it was. I think it's just he's not Charlie Day. In the first movie, he's kind of just wild out there. Now he's like
calm and
I don't know. I guess he's got money in this, so now he's kind of
yeah, because this movie takes
Yeah.
place like 10 years after the last movie. So
yeah.
he's gotten a new job at a big Chinese corporation, and they want to do drones, and he's got the money, and his dude from the last movie is does a bit of foreshadowing with you can mix kaiju blood with something else and turn it into jet fuel.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Bet we'll see that later.
Never heard of turning blood into jet fuel, but go for it.
Shit, you know what? You don't know daggum Charlie Sheen, son.
What's Charlie Sheen got to do with it?
It's got that tiger blood, baby. Jet fuel.
Oh,
Woo!
God.
Sorry. I don't know how that got there, but it
That's
did.
like a 10-year-old reference. Jeez.
Hey, 10 years ago, Pacific Rim came out in their time. Well, I mean, the events of the original Pacific Rim happened. I'm just, I can't come back from this. So they are going to have this big council meeting, and they need the Jaegers to provide protection.
Yeah, because Jaegers are just like the police in this world now, seems like.
What a waste of funds.
It was
Defund the PPDC.
It was all like, oh, shit, we got all these Jaegers, and we beat the aliens. What do we do with them?
Hey, guys, I heard some dudes smoking some weed in the alley. Send in the Jaeger!
Citizen.
please stop what you're doing and poop your pants. Um, yeah, but of course, the moment like, oh, he's gonna escort her. Well, Mako's gonna die later,
Yeah, like
and you get
she's literally in this movie for like 10 minutes. It was like,
which is a
I
shame
need
because she's a good actress.
she's a
She's
good
great.
actress.
Would have been
I
fantastic.
need like at least have like this thing at the end where I think you could have taken the little girl out of this movie, like the 15-year-old.
Yeah. Let the brother and sister
Don't need it.
drift.
Let the brother and the sister have some reconciliation, and then they do the thing at the end where Scott Eastwood can't be in the Jaeger no more, and then she jumps in the thing.
See, I got a better idea. Let's make this real stupid. She dies. Little girl's not part of it. Scott dies, and her ghost drifts with him, and they're able to do it from the subconscious.
Who's doing what with Scott Eastwood?
Yeah, Scott Eastwood dies. I mean, he gets immobilized.
Okay.
And Jake Pentecost is in there trying to do the Jaeger, but he can't do it himself, and the ghost of Maku gets in the other helmet. Oh boy.
That would be very
Yeah.
Japanese. That would be very Japanese of this too.
Yeah, we should write that. That's the third movie.
Yeah.
We got it. Yeah, but she gets blown up because there's a unknown Jaeger wreaking havoc.
A rogue Jaeger coming out to Ocean.
Hey, Thor called. They want the villain back.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. The
It's the exact
destroyer
same
from
model.
Thor. It's the same thing.
Yeah, someone should call copyright on that because it is strikingly similar.
Shockingly close.
Yeah, but
it's like the same energy beams and everything.
Well, I'm glad that later they talk about why, but it's so funny. Like I watched clips from the first movie today, and then clips of the second of the fights. This movie, the Jaegers,
they're too mobile.
They're too mobile, one, but the drone ones are like human. I mean, they're
moving like humans,
which it explains later maybe how, but I don't know. They don't feel big. These just look like guys fighting.
I do like that thing they have in the cockpit of the Jaegers now, where like they're holding something and they can see a hologram of it.
Yeah, that was cool.
That would in universe that would make sense because like that's a better way to like pick up something and hold something and have an idea of where it's at. I thought that was a decent idea. And
apparently, when the first one came out, VR was a thing, but it wasn't really a thing.
Yeah.
And then this one, VR was starting to get bigger, so they took a lot of. But apparently, this is trivia that I don't know if it's real or not, but it makes sense. They bought a lot of VR headsets and tried to figure out virtually how does this work now. So
how would that work? Like we could just bring it up as like a hologram inside the.
Yeah, and you get like debris and missiles coming through.
Yeah, so
on there and stuff too. So it's like, oh, this is
missiles
cool.
easier, and I mean, the computing power needed to render stuff like that quick. This is like,
no way. I don't care how big that robot is. No way.
Yeah.
I'll also mix in with that something with this movie. It's too much slow mo. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this, guys? Just don't. Just
again,
don't.
This felt like a corporate mandate to make a giant robot alien movie.
Whoever Legendary Pictures, they sent notes and said, guys, I just saw this movie from way back in the day called Transformers. We got to make this thing look like that. Slow-mo, explosions, annoying kids.
It's just also, to spoil the end of the movie, all the kaiju come together into one huge kaiju. Was ripped directly from the worst Transformers movie, Revenge of the Fallen, where all the construction equipment comes together to make one giant Decepticon.
Dumb. Yeah. I mean, beginning I said this is a movie that acts like it's a reboot of something from the 90s.
Yeah.
It also just steals everything from every other bad movie like this. Not the good parts, the bad.
Yeah. There's decent action scenes in this, but it's like
yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, even look at this. So, robot drone guy kills her. All the other Jaegers are coming to help fight it. It just walks in the ocean. He's gone. We don't know what happened to him.
Swims away like Godzilla.
What? Oh, no. caught that one. Sorry. But yeah, so before she dies, she's trying to send this message, and it's
Yeah.
been, I don't understand. This is magic, voodoo movie magic. She's trying to send something. It gets corrupted and won't send. They find her laptop in this inferno of a fire of a crashed helicopter. Her body's probably gone, but the iPad works. And then they need to decipher. What was she trying to send? I've got an algorithm that can break this in.
Well, I think they had got the file, but it had been corrupted.
That makes me feel better because I was like, did they just get this
Like,
dumb thing? And they're like,
it had been transferred to them, but it was like corrupted still. And like, oh, we can piece it back together. First of all, not how that works. If it's corrupted, it's dead.
yeah, kiss it goodbye. I mean, you can try, but it's going to take months.
If it's a USB drive, you can remount it and reallocate it, but
yeah, but the
file doesn't work that way.
Pulls up an image. Like, what are you looking at? And they're like, that's one of the kaiju's heads, we think. It doesn't match one, it's a new one. Then turns out it's Siberia.
Yeah, it's an island. Oh, jeez.
And like they've named the robot thing as well, Obsidian Fury, and everyone's like, it's so cool. Woo!
It's got 2 flaming swords.
Oh, which I love later. They just magically gave that to...
Well, I mean, they captured the Obsidian Fury.
Okay, yeah.
And so they just
she's a scrapper. She can take parts off that one and put it on the other one.
Yeah, this little 15-year-old girl can fix anything. Whatever the plot requires.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and tell you right now, that's the worst movie trope ever. 15-year-olds are idiots.
Yeah. Totally agree.
I don't know. I have more to say there, but I'm not. They go to Siberia, they fight Obsidian Fury, and they kill it. They beat it.
Yep.
And it's like, what's the difference between now and just a little while ago?
But
how's it so easy?
There's a secondary kaiju brain within this Jaeger.
And they did tests. This was from Earth. It's not from the butthole portal.
It was biologically remade on Earth. It's not 100%.
Is this when you get the really awful Charlie Day's been mind banging?
Yeah,
the kaiju brain?
I told you last week the drifting with the kaiju brain comes back around.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I remembered you told me that.
Not
because it was like,
best way.
That's when I said, I hate this guy.
I didn't want to spoil it either way. And I was like, it's gonna come back, just not in a great way.
Yeah,
he's
terrible.
Become addicted to or just mind controlled by the precursors, and he's in love with a kaiju brain. He calls it Alice. He has Alice written on its tank in his apartment. How he got it, don't know. How he keeps it hidden in that apartment, don't know.
Yeah. I'm back. My energy's back to the beginning of this podcast now. Just gosh. Apparently, Del Toro wrote this partly. I don't believe it. I don't believe he.
I think if he did, he would have had at least a writing credit, and he was not credited as a writer.
Okay, good. Good is all I got to say.
Yeah, I mean, they even credited Edgar Wright as a writer on the first Ant-Man movie, and he got fired from that or left.
They found. Sorry, I'm just stuck at that scene of, oh, you want some free time tonight? Let me put this on. Like, that's something I never wanted to see. And you know what? I see a lot of gross things with him in Always Sunny in Philadelphia. No. So they go to. I'm trying to remember what happens next. Like, do the drones start?
Well, they bring it. They bring the Obsidian Fury back to the base, and the 15-year-old, she's having trouble fitting in with the cadets and drifting. We get another backstory of her going to a pier with her family, and they got stepped on by an alien.
Yeah, stay out the drift. Get out of there. Don't go in. I'm South African now. Get out of there. Don't go with the drift. That's not South African.
South Africa.
Chappie.
Chippy.
Golly, what ugh,
I never saw it.
don't. We're not watching it. Just telling you right now. No.
All I know is it's got Sharto Copley in it as Chippy.
And it's got some South African rappers in it that
Of
are the
course.
like lead. I don't understand. That guy's a genius that makes
Was
those
it
movies.
Neil Blomkamp, the guy that
Yeah,
did he did
yeah.
District 9, right?
Did District 9? Did Machina? What is that one with Matt Damon?
Uh,
Same
um, El
thing as
El
District 9.
El
Elvian Rising. God.
it's what the one it's like a metaphor for, like, the Mexican border in
Oh, that's what that's
Mars.
about. I thought it was just about like cool stuff.
No, it
I'm
was
kidding.
a thinly veiled metaphor for, the Mexican border.
It's Elysium.
Elysium. I knew it was
Yeah,
like Elise or
Elysium.
something like that.
Yeah. He's also doing a Gran Turismo movie coming up, by the way.
Well, he was gonna do an Alien movie too, so, I mean
Hey, I would say District 9, that's probably one of the it's
it
in my top for
it's
sure.
a great movie.
Yeah. But then he did Chappie.
Chippy. Hardcore
So
Henry's
just
pretty good.
you know what? I haven't watched it. I really need to. That's the GoPro movie, right?
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to, but, like, once you, like, are like, "Okay, this is what the movie is," we go.
I think I started that movie late at night and I was like, I'll just watch this for a little bit and then go to sleep. And it started and it's like, I can't do this right now. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna this is too much.
Kinda reminds me of Crank.
Okay. Yeah.
It's got
All
that
right.
same kind of vibe,
Yeah. Insane.
and it's, like, one long take, but, like, they had the cuts. But
They
anyway,
get yeah,
yeah.
they get Obsidian Fury there. And the girl goes and talks to her friends and we need to go search it. We're gonna go do this because she gets
Yeah, she
yeah.
wants to find out what's going on inside there.
But they go in and she looks at a cable and it's red. And she's like, oh, Shao. Oh.
Only Shao winds their cables in, like, a double blah, blah, blah thing.
Double poop knots.
Yes.
Man, I'm sorry. I've had like 5 or 10 poop jokes on this one. Not even good ones. So they cut a wire and it burns her friend and they get caught and she gets expelled.
Yeah.
But before she gets expelled or kicked out, whatever, she tells him it's Shao. And that's when nerd boy number 2, why can't I remember his name? Newt. No, not
The
Newt.
one with the cane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He they had the plan of they need to go talk to him, figure out what's going on.
Where is this base that they're at?
I thought it was in China.
It is?
Yeah, it's the China Shatter Dome.
Okay, because people
That
are moving around in this movie way too quick. It felt like
yeah.
to me, and I was like, okay,
Yeah, they
where is
are.
this base? Okay, the Xiao company is in Shanghai,
Yep.
so this base must be like on the coast somewhere. So it's probably in China or somewhere. It's in
It's
China
off the
somewhere.
coast. Yeah.
Okay, and Shanghai is kind of like, from what I know, is kind of like in the middle of the country. Maybe I don't know, but because
Yes.
it just felt
Yes.
like
Sorry.
they send him undercover in quotes to Xiao, the company Xiao, and it was like, how did he? I remember thinking like, how did he get there so quick?
He has that kaiju rocket blood, man.
What is the timeline of this movie? It's like in the next scene, he's just there.
In the meantime, though, all the drones get released to the
Mhm.
Shatter Dome, right?
Because like after that attack on Mako Mori, there was a special meeting of the government people, and they approved the use of drones in combat, and they start sending out deliveries of said drones. But
They're sentient.
they've got little kaiju brains inside the little power cores, and then that attaches to everything, and it starts poking out spikes, and it's aliens inside robot suits.
Only thing I didn't expect is the person leading Shao is
Yeah.
good. I was like, surely
I
she's
was like,
evil.
she was just in on it.
Yeah.
Like Charlie Day just convinced her, you know.
Yeah, yeah, but no, Preston, big business owners are very good people. They're always best interest, always things that profit them. They don't really know it. They're always looking the best
Because
for you.
that's kind of what she
Especially,
was looking out for most of this movie. She was like profit line and what's the
yeah.
best, and I've been working on this forever, and blah 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 blah.
And if you're doing manufacturing somewhere and you're in charge of it, you're just doing what's best for the people. You're not making money and
Absolutely.
yeah,
You know, there's no
they're your
selfish.
friends.
There's no selfish motivation in there at all.
No, 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 definitely.
But
Um,
wouldn't you know it, Charlie Day put alien brains inside the drones.
where'd they come from?
He made them
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
because of the
How'd he make them, Preston? Did he?
oh, I think he put his manhood inside the alien brain's womanhood, but I don't know where that would go.
This movie just got better. Continue.
Let's theorize on the sexual anatomy of a brain.
Yep. The cerebral cortex is where the plot. I can't go anymore. Sorry. Done. But yeah, things escalate because the all of a sudden you got kaiju with armor.
And
But so they go and open up a hole.
yep.
They with their stomach blasters.
My question is, and this is probably a dumb question to ask because this movie would probably give me a stupid answer. The hole has been cut off for 10 years. Like there has been no breaches for 10 years. Yet the precursors were able to infect Charlie Day's mind. How?
I'm assuming it happened originally when
that first
Yeah.
connection with the brain.
by himself. When he did it by himself,
Okay.
it did it. So when they paired up together, I can't believe I'm trying to like make sense of this movie. When
That's
they
what
did
I'm
it
saying, like,
together, they had the defense, but before, no, just by himself, it's too much.
Okay. Because it's like
You didn't?
because
Did you not see
what
that
I'm saying
part?
is like there's
Oh,
no
never mind.
connection. There's no connection anymore between our world and theirs. Like the holes are shut.
Yeah, but Preston, once a precursor jerks you off in your mind, you never leave it.
You never forget that. It stays up there forever.
I saw the way that thing looked at him in his brain, and it was bad.
Ugh.
Ahoy!
Oh,
Yeah, that's a pretty good Charlie Day.
that was mostly a Hank Hill like reaction.
Oh,
Oh, dang it, Bobby.
this movie's all about Ouija games.
Bobby, I saw Bobby playing the video game, and he was something called a Tomb Raider, and it was a woman.
I don't know about what kind of tombs, Bobby. That thing opens up and 3 kaiju pop out.
Yeah.
2 4s and a 5. So
Oh, yeah.
the second 5 ever. And they just cut through these things like nothing, man.
Easy. Like, well, like they
Like
finally
the
they have
kids are like, what?
yeah, like the Chinese lady finds a way to shut down the drones and explode their brains, and then the things
feedback loop. We're gonna do a feedback loop through
Yeah.
them.
and
That's a
then
thing.
they just like cut them off right at the thing, but there's 3 that got loose in Tokyo.
Yeah, but you know what? It's interesting. It looks like they're all going to the same spot. Can we compare the pre-war data? Did they always be going to the same spot now? What?
What are you
How did they not
talking
look at
about?
this before? Mount Fuji. That's the spot. Oh my gosh. They've always been going, never mean to hurt Mount Fuji. Oh. Sorry, I've lost my mind with this movie.
It's yeah. I knew they figured it out. It was Mount Fuji. I just couldn't remember how they figured it out.
Yeah, they cross-referenced maps and charts of their potential paths if they weren't stopped. And then they removed them, and then you've got the 3 kaiju going.
Why
But
it
it's
was in the Pacific
so funny because
Rim.
later, all 3 of them are together.
Yeah.
Like, they show the map. They're coming from, sorry, audio people, but they're coming from a third in a circle from different spots.
Yeah.
And assimilating on one spot. When you see them, it's all 3 walking together. So, what?
Why was this breach opened outside of Hong Kong in the first place? Then, in the first
Because
movie,
that's Godzilla, man. That's his home. It's his home, Preston.
So these three monsters start wrecking. Well, some of these drones they got delivered to the base where everyone's at now, and they wrecked the shop and they bust up all the Jaegers.
Didn't bust up the kids, the children of the future, Preston.
No, they did not, because that's the only people left to pilot them too. Once the little 15-year-old tells everyone how to fix the things.
Yeah, I don't ever really stop movies even if they're bad because I gotta know how it ends. This is one of those. I'm done. Just
Yeah,
kill them all. Let God
and
sort them out. I don't
it's
care.
like you had this Jules movie. It's a Jules movie. The a woman in this movie named Jules or Julie or something. She's like a woman that both John Boyega and Scott Eastwood know.
Oh yeah, she was gone.
And
No,
it
Jewel.
seemed
Yeah.
yeah, it seemed like Scott Eastwood was in a relationship with her.
No, dude, she's tag teaming.
She wanted to apparently.
She kissed them both. Oh, that's not confusion at all.
Oh, that's not confusing at all, mate, is it? And that's not resolved at all either way. And she like this woman only shows up like 3 times to be like her dialogue is just to like get us to the next scene mostly.
Yeah, I was so confused every time I see her. I'm like, who are you? What are you doing?
Do you pilot these? No?
Yeah, I pilot the Muscle Man Delta.
Yeah. But they get everything fixed, don't you know? And then, oh, wouldn't you also know they figured out the rocket fuel that was mentioned at the beginning of said movie. And they strap rockets. Their plan to get these giant robots to Tokyo and Mount Fuji is strap some rockets to the back of them, launch them into the air, and hope that they because there's no way you're aiming this thing because it's just a
No.
rocket going straight up.
Yeah, there's no steering. It's just go.
Yeah, and they land in Tokyo. Wouldn't you know it?
Don't worry, they land and they're all fine.
Yeah.
And these little butthole kids that have never done this before destroy everything that killed everyone in the last movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no. But like you said earlier, they're doing too good. Newt releases out the Rippers or whatever I think they're called Rippers. I had to look it up. And they make the Mega Kaiju. I can't call them Robo Kaiju. We'll call them a Mega Kaiju.
Also, Charlie Day is in Tokyo.
When on the street at that.
Yeah. And he was just in Shanghai. How did he get there so damn quick?
Don't you know he's got that I can't even make it up.
Plot armor? Yeah.
I'm curious if where oh wow, someone read a lot of stuff about this. Wow. Its location is just Eastern Asia. It is not a place, so I guess that could work.
They say several times that it's in Tokyo.
Yeah, it's all the last fight's in Tokyo.
Yeah. Are you talking about the base for this movie?
Yeah, no, Shaw. What's where Charlie Day was? He was at Shaw Industries, which I think is in Tokyo.
Oh, they have a building in Tokyo.
Yeah, that's where the main office is, not the production. No. God, you know what? This sucks.
I think it's like the manufacturing place is in Tokyo, but I think like the main office where they had conversations was in China.
I said Tokyo. I'm sorry.
Who knows?
I'm legitimately looking it up right now, and there's an ad on the right of Visit Tokyo. It's like, okay. How did you know I'm looking up this China?
Yeah, Google doesn't, they don't track us at all.
No, they don't. But Tokyo's in Japan.
Yeah, but just like the Power Rangers of old, 3 organic kaiju are fused together by tiny little robots, and they make one giant kaiju with 2 tails 4 brains, and some big old jowls.
It just
And
looks dumb. It's not
it
even
looks
cool.
disgusting and dumb, and it wrecks the shop with the kids, and they all get booted out of their things.
Hurts
And
Nate and the gypsy butthole
yep,
Avenger.
Gypsy. This one is called Gypsy Avenger
Yeah,
because Gypsy Danger got blowed up in the last
suck it.
movie.
Sorry. But the little girl finds out, you got to get away from here, everybody abort. And now she
Go
stays
get
around.
away.
She
I don't think
notices
she's
in
good.
peril. He can't do it by himself, so she's gonna go drift with him.
Yeah, because Scott Eastwood is hurt.
Then you find out that the thing can't move. It's damaged.
Yep.
What do? The girl from Shao gets in Scrapper because Scrapper's got to come back. Scrapper welds a rocket to his hand, and
Which
somehow
I do like the idea of having little tiny drone robots
Oh
to
yeah, that's cool.
accompany the big robots into battle and being like little mechanics.
Yeah, I'm getting a call right now from the American military. They think we have good ideas. Sorry, man. I just gave up on that
I'm just trying to find some kind of positive in this movie. Dude. Like
2 seconds in, I gave up on that. No, I did when that thing showed up. I went, why didn't they have? Kind of said at the beginning, why didn't they have a war of Jaeger versus Jaeger? You've got these little things hooking them up. Like
the world has Jaeger. The rest of the world has Jaeger technology now, and there's some people that's going rogue with this thing, and we gotta stop them. We don't need to fight aliens again.
They've been doing too much Jaeger. That's so stupid. Yeah, but you know what? Hey, they got a plan. He can't move. Big old boy is going towards Mount Fuji, which is going to spread toxic gas into the atmosphere and wipe everybody out.
Kill everybody. And we're all going to
colonization ready for the precursor.
So the little robot welds a rocket, one of the rockets that's still around, to the hand of Gypsy Avenger, and they fucking just take off.
And it gets stuck on it. The little scrapper thing's like
stuck.
foot is
stuck.
Scrapper
gets stuck. But it's a good thing it got stuck because the little girl's ejection pod don't work.
I was rooting for it. I was rooting for the.
Oh no, it's not in there because Scott Eastwood already used it.
Yep, and Jake Pentecost won't work.
And so
I was like, yes, blow them up. Blow them up.
Kill them. But
but then Scrapper
cuts in there, and they get inside a Scrapper because it's being drone piloted by the Chinese lady. She turned it into a drone, and they jump off. And
she wasn't in it.
No, it was a drone.
Oh, that sucks. Oh man, I missed that part. I thought she was in it. I was like, oh, this lady's rad.
She was in like a little contraption, but she was drone piloting it.
All right. Yeah, you know what? They definitely would have died with how much that thing rolled. They weren't buckled
there was
in.
like they're not strapped in that little ball at all.
No vomit.
The Gypsy Avenger just like a nuclear missile straight into this huge kaiju, blows it up, and that's literally the end of the movie.
Oh wait, no. First, Charlie Day gets knocked out by Scott Eastwood.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? It's done. And then there's a post-credit scene that they didn't even wait for the credits. They just said,
"We're gonna go to them." It's like the end of it's the same ending as Independence Day Resurgence.
Oh yeah,
like
we're
gonna go get it. Which at the end of that, sounds like a way better movie than what I just watched, Independence Day Resurgence.
Yeah, definitely.
Why couldn't you make that movie?
Yeah, this movie sucked.
Yeah, it's not good.
I don't have too much positive stuff. I mean, I watched it.
I remember liking it when it first came out.
I think in the movie theaters, it would have been more fun.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I feel like with a lot of sound, big screen, it would have been better.
Now, if you go into this thinking like all I want is like robots and aliens fighting, you got it. Yep. You know what you want, and you got it in this movie, and you're going to enjoy it.
I did love, I said it in the last week, of like, they just ripped most of these things off Gundam, the anime. And in this one, they have the statue in China, that's, I don't think it's in China. I don't know, but there's like a 1-to-1 statue of that of Gundam. I think I don't know what the model is, but it's in it, and I'm like, oh, good for you. But
And
those
I think
Gundam movies are like completely against using child warfare. Like
yeah,
that's
and that
their MO.
I was watching Chris Stuckman today talk about this movie, and he was comparing it to like a Gundam movie, and like a lot of the messages of that movie is like how terrible war is, and
Yeah,
it's not fun.
no, they're making a live action, by the way.
Of what?
Gundam.
Oh,
I think it's on Netflix, and it's the guy that did Kong Skull Island.
ooh,
I can't remember that guy's name.
oh, he's got a beard,
Yeah, he's a good actor.
but
Like I
he's a
saw
good
it and like
director.
didn't realize he was doing this now. Cause like, oh, I'm excited now. Like
Yeah,
it's got
he's a
hope.
real big anime guy.
Yeah, and I like his whole thing is like I'm Jordan Roberts.
Yeah, Jordan Voight. Yeah,
Voight, sorry, Vogt. Wow. Yeah, I dig it. 'Cause he's like, if anyone wants to watch anime, especially those, because there's like 30 Gundams, you don't know where to start. And he's like, I want to make the movie that says start here. All right, cool. I can roll with this.
and
Don't screw it up.
the director of Kong versus Godzilla is doing a Thundercats movie.
I'll go for it. I
Somebody's
also
doing
did.
somebody's doing a Voltron movie, I think.
I just pulled it up. That guy Jordan Voight Roberts is doing Metal Gear Solid. I didn't realize that's him.
Yes. Yeah.
That one, I'm down. I mean,
I
I'm
think
in.
Tom Hardy is attached to that movie. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure.
think he is. I know Oscar Isaac is.
Is he?
Yeah, he's supposed to be Solid Snake. He's the one that's been like
Mm.
petitioning. When they're like, everyone says, "What's your dream movie?" And he's like, "I want Solid Snake to be a real character in a movie. I want to do Metal Gear Solid, and I want to be him." So I'm like, "Oh, all right, you're a nerd. Sweet. Didn't realize that."
He had no clue who Moon Knight was, but that doesn't matter.
No, that's different, man. This is a video game.
It's video games. But that's
I give it
Pacific Rim Uprising.
I give it a 3.2.
Yeah, I give it a 3. It's it's
I'm
got some
happy
fun stuff. But
we're pretty consistent with
yeah,
it's close.
we haven't found anything that we like completely disagree on.
Yeah, we gotta fix that. We have to duke it out and get some of these Jaegers.
Because if you listen to the first 3 episodes of this podcast, it was the Star Wars prequels, and me and my friend Will, and we did all 3 of those in one night, and I hated talking about him.
I was about to say, you're telling me you and him don't talk anymore.
No, he's younger than I am, and he was like a little kid when those came out, and
You know what? Though? That's a good point, though. Is when I talk to people that are younger, and they're like, "Those are the best movies ever."
No.
I don't think so, but I
Have
get
you
it.
watched them recently? Did you watch them after you grew up?
I mean, I made you watch Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow, and I said
That
it
is
was
a
good. So.
friggin' stinker. Like
Oh man, it's the best movie I made.
first of all, the talent that got involved with that movie, how that happened, don't know. And somebody looked at that whole movie and was like, "Yep, we can release this."
Yeah, that. Yeah. No, it's great. No, I'm hold my point. It's great.
Interesting though, this did jump studios from Warner Brothers to Universal.
That's what when I said it earlier, and was looking at. I said Legendary.
But Legendary
Pictures.
was like the one
But I
that
saw
produced
Universal distributing it and went, "Whoa, wait a
Yeah.
second, what happened there?"
Yeah.
That happen often.
Which Legendary is thinking about not working with Warner Brothers anymore. And
Do you think it's because of the HBO Max
it's
stuff, or
that
just
and all the crap that's happening recently.
That's
So
why
like
I'm starting my own production company. We're gonna release pictures.
there goes Dune, there goes Godzilla, there goes just a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Like they've worked with there goes Pacific Rim.
yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's how that industry is, though. Is someone's got them all at some point. It shifts. Something bad happens.
Because when last year when they announced at the end of 2020 when they said, "Oh, we're going to release all of our 2021 new movies on HBO Max the same day."
I loved it. It
and
was
they
great.
didn't
I mean, I'm
they
not
didn't
gonna lie,
tell
but
I
No.
mean, for the consumer, it's pretty good, but like everybody
But
was
also,
like,
you're killing the movie industry a little bit.
yeah, it's
So,
like, and they didn't tell any of the other studios they worked with because Legendary paid for Kong versus Godzilla.
mhm. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. And
Yeah,
God, it
and it's
kills me
why
too. Like,
Scarlett Johansson sued Disney over uh, Black Widow. She signed a contract that said that that thing was going to be released in theaters,
and
and
didn't.
she was going to get the money that it made, some of the money it made in theaters, and she didn't get it.
I hate there's a really good, I think it's a YouTube video of how movie theaters make their money.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate for like smaller movie theaters. I don't get me wrong, I stream stuff all the time, but
Yeah.
God, this sucks. Like, they're not going to make crap now.
Yep.
Yeah, this discussion got just as depressing as watching this movie.
Pretty much. So we'll move on to what you watching / playing.
Oh man, you're gonna be so disappointed. I watched the newest season of Cobra Kai.
I haven't watched any of that,
It's you got to know what you're walking into.
which I have. I haven't watched The Karate Kid, so I
Uh,
wouldn't.
oh, you've never watched it?
New.
Oh, that's a good one, man. That's 80s money right there.
Okay.
The Cobra Kai is the villain from that movie, the first one.
Yeah.
Follows him as an adult, and he's the raddest guy ever. Just trashy. Yeah. So anything he says, I'm like, oh man, this is hilarious. But so I finished that. It's all right. You know, you got to know what you're walking into. It's
Yeah.
not great.
I'm in the middle of. I'm at the end of Under the Banner of Heaven. I'm on the last 2 episodes.
I still need to start it.
It is so good.
I think I'm gonna either do that or Midnight Mass next.
You should watch both of them.
Have you seen Midnight Mass?
I have not.
But I heard it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it, man.
And
Nothing crazy.
like I told you before we started recording, I got Mad Max is on Steam for $3.99 till the end of the month. So it's pretty good. I think this is like the second time I bought it. I bought it on PlayStation a while back.
That's like BioShock and Fallout. I think I've bought multiple games in that series on 3 different things.
Red Dead Redemption. I bought Red Dead Redemption 2. I bought that like 4 times.
I still need to play. I've never even played it.
Or
I
3
need to.
times because I bought it on Xbox, then I bought it on PlayStation, and then I bought it on PC.
Them people taking
And
their money.
the same thing happened with Grand Theft Auto 4. I bought that on Xbox 360. Then I bought it on Xbox One. Then I bought it on PS4. Then I bought it on PC.
Garbage.
So we'll figure out what we're going to do next week. We hadn't really decided on that. But until then, you can send suggestions to secondtakemoviespod@gmail.com. You can send me weird DMs to @secondtakemovies on Instagram. No one has taken us up on that yet.
I don't know why. Well, this one we've got some nice discussions of some, inter species fondling. So
that's true. And you also take the time to leave a review since you've listened this far in.
yeah, if you've made this far, tell me how much you hate me.
Yeah, or
Tell
hate
me.
both of us. I mean,
I hate. Tell me.
it wouldn't be the first time. So we'll see you next week with another movie.